Hi, today we're going to talk about curing garlic. I did a previous video on harvesting your garlic, and now we'll just explain to you what I do once I've taken the garlic from out of the ground. Now, we've had quite a wet spring and summer on the west coast of British Columbia, and normally I would leave my garlic or take my garlic out of the ground a little earlier, that being probably the beginning of July. But this year I've left it later because of the weather, and now I am taking it out, even though it could probably stay in the ground another week, but we have more rain forecast, so I don't want to take the chance of the garlic starting to rot. So what I've done is I've pulled this out, and I'm very gentle with the garlic cloves because it's very delicate and it can bruise quite easy, so you don't want to be too rough with it. I just lightly comb the roots with my fingers and get out excess dirt, and then I just lightly rub or even peel back a couple of the skins to get any excess dirt off the garlic, and then I start the curing process. So for myself, I use my carport, and I just take the car out, set up a table, and I lay the garlic out, or in other years I have hung the garlic, and so it's just your own preference and whatever you have the space for. I would bundle it into about, groups of 10 or so, and just a little bit more, wrap some wire around it, and then just hook wire to a string that you might have across a room, or you could probably use a cool storage shed or anything that you won't have direct sun. Some people say they dry their garlic in the sun, and that's fine, and they wash it, but I don't do either. My preference is to dry it out of the sun and have no water on it, because you do want it to cure. And as the garlic cures, which is, as I said, I leave mine for about 3 weeks, I will cut it off about this high up off the stem and discard. And you do not discard your leaves into the compost. Better not to, either to burn them or to just put them into your garbage. But I've cut an scape off of this. If you haven't cut your scapes off, if you have a garlic that you're drying with a scape on it still, as it dries, they're sort of almost still, well, they're still growing. So the scape might even open up and open to all the seeds. You can do those, with whatever you want. You can throw them away. Some people keep them again to harvest for the following year. So it wouldn't be the next year you get them, because it does take a while. This one is one that I planted, just a very small clove up from last year, and I'll go again this year and plant the whole clove. But we'll do that in another video in the fall, and I'll show you how you plant your garlic. So for now, you just let your garlic dry out, clean it up a bit, let it go, and then after the 3 weeks, when the skin is really nice and dry, you can do another cleanup job. As I said, cut it off, and then it's ready to use. So enjoy.